National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Ball.
First opened in 1975. Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, we are about set for kickoff. Greg, talking to the coaches all week. We're so curious to see what's going to play out here at the start of this one.
And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustments in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game, they tend to have the advantage.
The kicker, Chad Ryland, ready to get things started. And off we go from the Superdome. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down. This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever. Set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
He'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable. Be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the number 1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
2nd down and 3. First carry for James Conner. He'll have a 1st down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion. Play action now. It's Murray. Got
That'll be taken in by Connor. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They go play action now. Murray. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now, Murray. He'll tuck it and take off. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Murray down to throw on first down. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. 0-0 is the score. More from New Orleans after this. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? Off the play fake. Here's Murray. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Saints offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Oh, man, open right side. He's got him. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
First and 10. Back to throw. Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And the Saints are going to have it 1st and goal. They'll take this one down to about the 3-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. They'll run here with Kamara. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Here's Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Cardinal offense heading back out onto the field. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. A short gain there to about the 22. Second down and 8. Now Murray. Oh, and this one's going to wind up in. Can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. So on fourth down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Back deep for the Saints, it's Rashid Shaheed. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And it'll be second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
They'll look to throw again. This pass right side taken in by Cooks. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. It's second down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Here's a third down and 4. Out of the gun, it's Murray. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Here's Blake Gillikin now as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. The fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Saints offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The tight end Moreau is in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here comes 3rd and 6. The tight end Moreau is in motion. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. On comes the punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. The Cardinals offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He's going to run it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That's to the sideline and pulled in by Harrison. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Ryland's kick is good. And the Cardinals going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. DJ Dallas now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. On the kick, this is Connor. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. They go play action with Murray. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
He'll try and get there on the ground. A pickup there of 25 yards. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
Set to go now on first and 10. On the handoff, heading left, it's Connor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Murray looking to throw. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On third down, Murray. He'll try to hit him with a screen. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Saints have got it. Into space. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, how often do you see it? The desperation to get the extra couple of yards for the back turns into the devastation of turning it over, and the defense scores a touchdown.
Yeah, the coach calls your number. You're trying to come through for your team. You understand the importance of converting this first down.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The Saints offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's first and 10. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. They'll go again here with Kamara. He'll manage only about 3. So Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
They'll look to throw. Cook's able to pull that one in. And they're going to get him down right at the 25.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Well, he just does beat the play clock as he'll set up to throw. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. It's a give now to Kamara. And he's going to have enough for the first down. They'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. The tight end Moreau is in motion. On 1st down, they'll stay with Kamara on the ground. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. It is picked off by the rookie safety.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
The Cardinals offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. Going to work Connor in the middle here. Breathing room up past the 15. And he's going to take this up to the 17-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll go right back to Connor. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30, but that is good enough for a 1st down. They'll go again here to Connor. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. It's Connor. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Murray with a give to Connor. The Cardinals lining up for a punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The home team's offense and they had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Here is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Open man, that's the veteran Cooks. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. They are cooking to begin this drive. This play going for 30 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Back to the air one more time. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield. So it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. So it's a win for the visitors, the Cardinals. They didn't do a whole lot offensively.